Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new episode of Arnold Does Things in His Garden Shed. Because this video doesn't really fit into any of the existing categories, it's not really a tool review, I'm not working on a project car, but in a way it has something to do with both. Long story short is that lately I've been repairing a lot of engine ECUs for the first generation Lexus LS400. Got a lot of feedback and comments to my videos, and well, as a result people are sending in their ECUs to have the capacitors replaced, and it's something that I like to do. But there is a bit of a problem, and that is that my soldering skills aren't all too good, so I wanted to improve my soldering skills, and also I wanted to buy better soldering equipment that allows me to have more control over the temperature and the soldering process. So what I did, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on that subject to gain more knowledge about soldering itself. And I watched some reviews on soldering stations and all, and I bought a soldering station. It's this over here. It's a small Chinese soldering station which I bought from AliExpress, and it got a pretty bad review on quite a large YouTube channel with almost 1 million subscribers. I think the guy that runs the channel has a lot of knowledge about electronics, but his soldering skills leave something to wish, more than my soldering skills. And I thought, well, for such a cheap soldering station it might be very helpful. I'll show you in a minute, as I said. So I bought it, I've been using it, and I'm very pleased with it. Another reason that I'm making this video is that I want to hone my soldering skills. So besides buying this soldering station, I also bought a lot of soldering kits, and off camera I've done a lot of building of those fun little kits. One of them is this, can I get it? This small LED clock over here. It's really tiny. It was a fun project. I built a couple of that, and well, the connection to the LS400 ECU repairs is that you always have to replace capacitors, and that I did not have any means of testing capacitors. There were two comments that triggered me. One was from Mike Barrett. Howdy Mike, a loyal viewer of the channel, who said after one of the videos that he felt like getting out in his shed and start soldering again. And I had the same feeling, and I really enjoy soldering, but I never had much need to do so. But now I get an increasing workload on soldering projects, and I try to help anyone with an LS400 in keeping their car on the road. If I can help, I'm pleased to do so. So I really enjoyed it, but never had much need, so that's why I bought a bunch of those soldering kits. And another comment said that it's really important to know the ESR value of the capacitors, and I didn't have good right tools to measure the ESR value. So one of the soldering kits I bought is this one, and this is a capacitor tester. So in this episode I want to build this capacitor tester and also show you around my new soldering equipment. So I'll pick up the camera and show you my soldering station first. Alrighty, this little workbench has become my electronics repair department. I also got a new organizer with LEDs and a lot of other electronic components which I keep in this drawer over here. That's my supply of capacitors. Anyway, soldering station. I already have it powered on. Oh, listen to that. I have another one, and has an alarm set at 7 o'clock. It plays happy birthday. I don't know how to switch it off. Anyway, soldering station. So this is it. It has 4 channels, a rotary dial, and you can also push it to set settings. There is this wool in here, this steel wool or brass wool to clean the tip, and there's a little sponge which I still have to wet. Anyway, this section has become my testing equipment. I also have a small oscilloscope, the soldering station I'm happy about, and my power supply and my multimeter. So one of the negatives I think of this soldering station is that it has the connectors on the back. It would be more convenient to have them on the side so I could push it further back, and also the power supply on the back. If it was in front, I had a longer usable cord. But anyway, it is what it is, and I've been working with it sitting in this position on the workbench, and it has worked out well, just fine for me. It is a Yihua brand. It's made in China, and the model number is 982. There is a larger, I believe, or a smaller one of this, but it has everything to do. I believe it has a 980 and a 982, and the difference is the power of the soldering iron itself. As you can see, there's a display with a temperature reading, and always when it's in this resting position, it lowers the temperature to 200 degrees Celsius. I'll blink the translation to Fahrenheit on screen, and when you pick it up, it quickly heats to the preset temperature. And I learned from many larger soldering channels that 370 degrees is a good working temperature for electronic repairs, depending on the solder you have. You have 4 channels for preset temperatures. There's a small compartment for the sponge to clean out the solder, and this brass wool. So that's basically it. And it comes with 3 soldering tips, which I'll show you in a minute. They came in these nice packages, and they have very different points. This point, I'm not sure if the camera picks this up. It wants to focus. Has a bended end, and then you have this one. This I've been using a lot. This is a sort of a knife, cut knife tip, and currently I have the fine tip installed in here. And what you can do, you can put it in here and then pull out the tip and push on the other tip. I really like working with this thing. As I said, there was a large YouTube channel that gave this a pretty bad review, but for me, and I think for a lot of other electronic hobbyists, this will work out just fine. And I paid 49 euros for that, including shipping from China, and it arrived within 2 weeks. I'll leave the link to the AliExpress side. Now I'll set the camera up and I'll start working on this capacitor tester. Okay folks, let's get started and unpack this. Let's see what's in there. I didn't open this package before, so here we go. So this is the acrylic housing. It comes with a bunch of screws. Yeah, camera sees it. These are the electronic components. So here is the kit number HU-053SW. So it comes nicely packaged. And there we have it. So over here is something that looks like the display for the kit. Power supply cable. And here are the ICs and the IC brackets, and that's the thing that goes on top. I believe you can insert the pins of the capacitor in this thingy over here. There is the circuit board included. It's single-sided through-hole circuit board. Has a nice weight to it. If you look up close, well, there's a lot of glare. Try to get this out, but everything is clearly marked and it says the values of the electronic components. I hope the camera sees it. We have the building instructions, detailed, it says detailed welding, but it's soldering, of course it is. And here are the other electronic components. In order to keep this video short and digestible, I'm gonna do this in a montage. Here they are. Well folks, it's actually the following day. I did a live stream while I was filming the previous scene, and I talked a little bit about my day job and this project. Anyway, a few things that I wanted to point out is that I always try to get the direction of the resistors exactly the same. So if you have resistors of the same value, like these ones over here, those three, they are in the same direction, so it looks a little bit neat. But anyway, all the smaller components are soldered on. I will now continue soldering on the bracket for the ICs. So over here and over there, and all the rest of the components. I'll show you the end result once I've done. I don't want to have too many montages and time lapses in here. So I'll pick you up once I have all those parts soldered on. I have all components now soldered on to the circuit board, and I placed the ICs on there, and this row of connectors is soldered on. It's very important, as I mentioned earlier, that this is on nice and straight. Also is a connector on the back of the display module, so only thing you have to do is to solder on this row of pins, and it's very important that it's on exactly perpendicular to the circuit board. Now what I did, I just realized that you have these buttons, these little cover buttons that go on the on and off and setting switch over here, and these have the exact same height as the pins on the back, so I put it down supported by those two little pins like this, and then it was on nice and straight, and I could tack one on and then I soldered the other ones. So that's done, and basically now it's ready to power it up for the first time. I need to power it up and then turn on those potentiometer and this other potentiometer, right? Sorry. This potentiometer and this one over there, and to see if I have the right power supply on the lower two pins of this IC here. So that's what I'm going to do now. So now insert the display module, goes in real nice, and I notice that you have these holes on here that need to align, and they align perfectly from my point of view. So let's see what happens. Nothing yet, and this is the on-off switch, and in a way it works. LED is illuminated, the display is illuminated. Now let me check. Now we have the lower two pins on this IC here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There it is, a bit more in frame. These two pins here I should measure 3.16 volts. And in order to adjust that, I need to use, I believe, this pot meter over here, this trim pot, and the other one is for the display illumination. What our voltage reading says, 3.3, so I think I should lower it a little bit more. I think counterclockwise is lowering the volume. 3.16. You can see 3.17, 3.16. So I'm happy with that. The next step is to set the brightness of the screen. It says if the screen lights up but does not show, or is all black body, need to adjust the gray level. Now let's see what happens. Nothing happens. There we are. You can see a little bit of the dot matrix shine through, but this is how it reads. Yeah, there is a protective film still on there, but well, this is it. So it looks like we're up and running. Let's see if this thing can actually test the capacitor. This is microfarad, picofarad. Let's go for microfarad. Let's give this a try. One thing a viewer pointed out, if you want to test capacitors, do the ESR reading, you need to discharge them. So yeah, I'm just gonna short it, hope it works. And I read somewhere that the negative connector, the negative lead, should be on the lower side. So let's put this in, and immediately it gives a reading. It says 53.44 microfarad, and this is a 47 microfarad, so that's a little bit off. Not sure if it really heard. Let's try this one. Gives the exact same reading. What does this do? 52. It gives the same reading, 53, so it's the exact same reading. But anyway, it looks like the capacitance test is functioning, so we're already on a road to success here. But I wanted to see what the ESR value is, and it involves a frequency, and that's a little bit overshooting my knowledge, but just for fun, let's see what happens if I insert this capacitor. 90 Hertz, 29 Hertz. Oh, it really does give a reading. Anyway, okay, it's working. Now I have to figure out how this thing works, but I'm already happy with the result. This is a fun project, so what I'm going to do next is put it in its case and then tidy things up and then find out how this thing works. See you in the next scene. Et voila, there we have it, one finished capacitor tester. In fact, two finished capacitor testers. This was my prototype and it didn't work, and while I was building this I realized I made a mistake. There are two little transistors, they are over there, and they are not exactly the same. Since I know how they should be positioned while building this one, I changed them out on this circuit board, and now this one is working too. This is my first attempt. I'm gonna keep this, and I'm giving this one away. Now please note they are not too expensive to buy. I'll link the price on screen, but this one I want to give away. So if you want to win this capacitor tester, write something in the comment section down below. And today is the 6th of November, so we just learned that Donald Trump won the US elections, and I'm gonna raffle this one off on November 30th. I'll think I do that in a live stream. Well, pick out a winner, and then I'll try to get in touch with the winner, and well, then you have a capacitor tester of your own. So folks, there we have it, two functioning capacitor testers, and I'm excited to raffle one of them off. I must say that doing these kinds of projects, ordering those soldering kits and make fun stuff just for fun and giggles, really helped me improve my soldering skills, and I'm pretty sure that they can help you if you're an inexperienced soldering artist to improve your skills. Same goes for the soldering station. I'm really happy with it. It wasn't too expensive, and I think the size of it and the amount of control this allows you over the soldering temperature, yeah, it really can help you understand and improve your soldering skills. There's always a lot to do about the quality of Chinese products, but in my opinion the quality is great. More than good enough for the average amateur, and I also think that they can suit the professional user really well. This has served me well during this process, and I'm pretty sure it will serve me for future repairs. Oh, so that's the clock once again. Also, I'm very happy with this power supply I bought last year, and also this desoldering station is a very nice machine to have, and I think these tools will help me to repair more Lexus LS400 electronics and ECUs. Anyway, I really hope you liked following me along. If you did, let me know by subscribing to my channel, put on notifications, give me a like, and if you have any questions, constructive feedback or ideas for future episodes, please let me know down below in the comment section. For now, I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!